Oh!
Yay! Wow!
Holy crap, that's big!
It's by far the largest I've ever seen, and to see one this size in the wild here, in perfect condition. Just got a repeat species for the trip. This is a tiny juvenile female Wagler's pit viper, which is definitely out of range for me to be filming right now, but you can see it up there. No need to get her down, seen plenty of these already. Anyway, let's continue. Alright, not a snake, but another one of my favorite little non-snake critters to come across. Here is Nyctixalis pictus, the cinnamon frog. Beautiful little cinnamon frog. This is actually not so little, this is one of the larger ones I've seen. When threatened, these guys will hop, but they're not very good at it, and if you catch them, they will play dead. So I'm not going to touch this little guy, I'm just going to get some footage of him in situ on this leaf here. Very neat little frog. Relatively slow night so far, but I'm sure we'll be able to turn up something shortly. But look at this little dude. There's a very pretty bird over here. Again, not sure which species this is, but if anyone can ID this little guy for me, please drop it in the comments below. My guess would be some sort of dove, but then again, I do know nothing about birds. Very nice. And the river seems to be somewhat obstructed by a load of twigs. Maybe I can get around that side. I just spotted what I'm pretty sure is...
Oh, careful.
Holy crap. Yeah, it's there. What I'm pretty sure is Piraeus carinatus. Is it? Yeah, it is. Let's see that little thing. The keeled slug snake, which primarily actually eats snails, not slugs, but sometimes slugs.
What a tongue.
What
a long tongue.
Yeah, very derpy looking little species.
It's amazing. Why do you say that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think their eyes kind of look a bit, I don't know, mentally challenged. And my camera's not focusing. There we go. Neat. One more species for the night. Getting the essential photography done. I'm gonna go keep herping. Alright, we've just had the first rain. Sorry, it's so bright. We've just had the first rain of the trip. Short, quick shower, and now the sun's out again. And have a look at the way the water is evaporating off the road behind me there. Alright, perfect conditions to start doing a little cruising, so I think I'm gonna hop on the scooter and see if there's anything moving on the roads. Never mind, rain is back, and there is actually a rainbow visible behind the trees there. Anyway, looks like it's about to start absolutely pouring again in a second, so I'm gonna book it back to the room and take shelter. Alright, the rain has stopped, we've all had dinner, and now it is prime time for cruising. The sky is still a little bit illuminated, but it is quickly getting darker by the minute, and this is when snakes should start to be moving. Got people hanging out the window of the car. Let's hope we find something soon. Alright, just got a snake, a repeat species for the trip, but a very large one at that. This is an very banded adult Piraeus carinatus, the keeled slug-eating snake. Yeah. Not too often that you road cruise these in the south. Around our area, you often cruise their close relative, the Birdmoor slug snake, but I think this is possibly the first one I've ever road cruised in southern Thailand. Anyway, you want to move it off the road? Just get a good look at it in hand. I love how their eyes bulge out from their head. Let's go. Alright guys, check out what Harry just found. This is possibly the rarest reptile we've ever found on our tours. I wouldn't say the most impressive, because obviously snakes is our main thing, but this is the rough-necked monitor, Varanus rudicollis, and he's actually a bit more docile than the clouded monitors and water monitors usually are. They get their name obviously by having these insanely enlarged scales on the neck, which are very rough to the touch. Ow, ow, ow. And he's clawing me. They're also one of the smaller species of monitor lizards in Thailand. Not getting nearly as big as the water monitors and clouded monitors. These max out, like absolute max, around 1.5 meters, but usually they're significantly smaller. So this is an adult. And have a look at that head shape. It is so elongated, almost like a bird of some sort, or a dinosaur is what it reminds me of. Very, very neat. Usually they're quite a bit darker in color than this. This one is actually a very beautiful individual. And yeah, it's the first, ow, ow, ow. Usually, I totally lost my train of thought there, but anyway, it's the first one I've ever seen, and an insanely rare species, although it's not exactly known whether they're insanely rare or just rarely seen due to their more secretive nature. But look at the length of that tongue when he flicks it. Ow. There we go again. He's actually not trying to bite. Has he tried to bite you at all, Harry?
No.
Ow, but his claws are absolutely horrid. Alright, well, we're gonna get this little guy released and continue herping. But great find by Harry. Yes! Check this out. This is what it's all about right here. One of our main targets for the area. A beautiful, rather large Malayan blue coral snake, Calliophis bivirgata. Let me see if I can hold the light with my neck and get her out. Oh, she's already tangled. I'm guessing she at this size. And this is some, sorry, bad filming. This is some thorny stuff. So, oh, there we go. Wow, look at that. Look at that beautiful, man, this is a snake I would never, ever get tired of. And we've been finding like insanely many of these. Like, I'm pretty sure no other herper in Thailand has found more of these than us now. I think 9th or 10th in the country in the span of under 2 years. Wow. Let's see if she'll flatten out her neck at all. Sorry, I'm really bad at filming right now because I'm holding my torch between my neck and my chin. And I'm trying to film and handle one-handed. But what a beautiful, large Malayan blue coral snake. Just have a look at those colors. Undeniably one of the most fascinatingly beautiful snakes on Earth. I wonder if I could position my camera on the seat of the motorbike to film some handling. Let me try that. Alright guys, I don't know how well this video is turning out because obviously I can't see what I'm recording. I've just attached the camera to the side of the motorbike. But yeah, I just wanted to take a chance to show you guys the size of this snake. This is not the biggest blue coral we've ever seen, but it is definitely up there among probably the top 3 or so. What a beautiful snake. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. My voice is a bit gone, but these guys are very placid, as you can see, in that they won't strike out or lunge at you like a cobra or viper would. These guys will never do that, but they are sometimes relatively bitey in that if you just let their head crawl over your skin and they smell that this is not the forest floor, they will just open their mouth downwards and bite sometimes. So very easy species to handle, very little risk of being bitten, as long as you handle them in a way that their head never comes in direct contact with you. You can see the way I'm doing, I'm handling it quite freely, but every time that the head comes towards me, I turn it in a way that the head doesn't actually make contact, knowing that it's not going to actually strike at me at any speed. I'm going to be extra careful though, because I am out here on my own and I don't want any accidents happening. Yeah, look at this beautiful snake. It's insane at one this size how big the venom glands must be, because unlike other venomous snakes that have the venom glands in their head, these guys actually have them elongated in the body. They have the largest venom glands of any snake on Earth in proportion to body size. So it's usually about 1/3 of the body length. So at one this size, the venom gland would probably be like this long inside the body, a long tube with little ducts running to the fangs. What an incredible snake. Arguably one of the most beautiful snakes on Earth. Personally, in my top 3 favorite snakes of all time. What a fantastic snake. Alright, I am going to end the video. I just wanted to give you one little look at this, but let's keep herping. And I just got this little guy. Funny, this is actually the favorite food of the blue coral snake. Paraeus margaritiforus, the white-spotted slug snake. Very common species, very defenseless species too. These guys literally never bite, feed on slugs and snails, and are the perfect size for any small Ophiophagus snake. So these guys are on the menu for pretty much every species of snake that eats other snakes. And this guy is really on the move right now, it seems. He's quite fast for his species. Normally these guys are super slow. Anyway, there's no traffic at this time. I think I'm just gonna let him cross on his own. Actually, never mind. I'll just help him across the road real quick. Bet he's never flown like this before. There you go, buddy. Off he goes. It's getting pretty windy on the road, so this is not really a good sign for snakes. I've just pulled over on this bridge and there's a stream with some forest, so I'm just gonna head off into the forest and see if maybe that produces a bit more luck. Because once it starts getting windy like this, snakes usually don't like coming out into the open like that, so I'm gonna see if I can get into some more densely vegetated areas. Maybe find something there. All right, have a look at this. I just found a nice, large adult Boiga nigriceps. Not too often that you find adults. Most of the time when you find the species, they're kind of smallish. That being said though, this isn't the most spectacular specimen of an adult. Sometimes you get them like bright red with a green head. This one does have a somewhat green head, but the body is more brown rather than red. I can put my hand there to show you the size. He's... Sorry, filming with one hand again. He's reasonably long, probably well over a meter. But yeah, the others have left me in the sticks, so I'm not going to spend any more time with this guy and go catch up with the others. Alright guys, check this out. The excitement has worn off a bit because Shani actually found it and we've already looked at it, but we just found a very, very special snake. This is a Wirit's pit viper, which in itself is already an extremely rare species. We've managed to find a few, but those were all over in Narathiwat. Now we're in Yala, so this is a first for us in the province, and no other herper that we know of has ever found one in this province. So very, very interesting. And surprisingly, as you may remember from my previous videos, this species is usually incredibly defensive, but this one has a spider web on it. But this one is actually reasonably calm for the species. As you can see, she is a little wary of me, but sitting relatively calmly in my hand. And we're just about to release her right back on the branch behind me where Shani found her. What a lovely snake. Alright, just gonna climb back down here. Alright, last look at her before I put her back on her branch that she came from. Alright, I hope I don't fall. Alright, this is the exact branch that she was found on. So we're gonna release her right back onto it. No, 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 don't jump. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, here we have a nice green Ahetula prasina, first of the trip, which is kind of surprising. Usually these vine snakes are one of the more common snakes we see, but around this time of year they really seem to be not as abundant as they typically are. Quite nice size adult as well. I'll try to put my hand there for a reference. You can see he's about a finger thick, trying to climb away now. Ooh, look at that nice defense pattern. You can see he's really flaring up his scales now, showing that checkered pattern typical of this species. The other one has more of a banded pattern. Everyone's just getting some video. All right, guys, check this out. I'm not sure, but I think this might be a new species for the channel. This is Dendrolaphus cyanochlorus, the blue bronzeback, which is, in appearance, when it's not flared up, quite similar to the elegant bronzeback and painted bronzeback, but this one has that really insane blue skin between the scales, even more so than all of the other bronzebacks. Obviously, all the bronzebacks, or most of them, do have some blue, but this one, when they're real fired up, is just on a whole nother level of blue, as you can see there when the light hits it the right way. But he's just trying to climb my hand, and I'm trying to do this one-handed, which is not as easy. But there, have a look at that blue. And they've got that nice yellowish green chin. Not the most common species either. These are definitely quite a bit rarer than the elegant and painted bronzebacks. Very, very nice species. These do have a very large range and occur all the way from, I think, Malaysia to northern Thailand, or at least somewhat northern Thailand, but they vary quite a lot in appearance throughout their range, so there is a possibility that those will at some point be further split into separate species. But for now, blue bronzeback. Very nice. All right, guys, let's go. Check this out. We just cruised a striped coral snake, a snake we've shown on the channel before, but this gray morph, which you get in this area, I think we've only ever shown once, and it was a terrible video. Anyway, this is one of the 4 species of coral snake found in the country. You only really get them commonly here in these southern parts, and in this area they're that typical gray morph, and in Narathiwat, where we usually go, you get the black morph, which possibly also is a different species that hasn't been split yet. Very slow now, very small snake as well, but I'm sure once we touch him he will be quite a lot more lively. Very, very bitey little species. These guys will not strike out or anything, but once their head comes in contact and they smell something that's not the floor, they will bite and hold on, so extra care is needed. All right, and what these guys will also do when they're threatened, sometimes they will flatten out their body and lift up their tail. Yeah. See how he's doing that? All right, always when you want to show something, it doesn't work. Sometimes they'll lift and curl their tail. This guy's not doing the tail curling thing right now. He just wants to get away. He's in escape mode. But yeah, look at that beautiful little banded venter that they have. They are coral snakes, so of course venomous elapids, but these guys are actually really not that dangerous as far as elapids go. The official recommended treatment by doctors is just painkillers. So yeah, they're really not to be considered dangerous, but their bites, as I've heard, are incredibly painful, so best avoided. Just gonna let this little guy cruise on off into the ditch. Come on, off you go. This is only the 3rd one I've ever seen in my life. This is a cat gecko. They're very, very unique, not like any other gecko you get in the area. Have a look at the shape of their head. They're not very fast moving, and they're so insanely slender and elongated, and they really like sneak around like a cat, like very carefully. And look at those eyes and head. Such a unique gecko. The eyes are really more like pointing forward rather than to the sides. They have this really fat, like chunky tail. I think this is a regrow tail, but have a look at the way that they sit. Look at the way he's creeping along my finger so smoothly. Maybe he's gonna jump to my hand. But yeah, very, very strange little geckos. Very elongated, super long. And sometimes they'll open their mouth and make a squeaking noise when they feel threatened, but this one isn't doing it, so we're just gonna let him climb onto the thing here. Even the way they move really is like cat-like. They just like sneak along. All right, guys, look what we have here. A giant female Wagler's viper. This is one of our targets for the area. Generally a quite docile species, and wow, she is very chunky. Look at the size of the head on this. Probably, in proportion to body size, the largest head on any viper, and They're usually, as you can see, very, very docile. As long as you don't make any rapid movements that spook them, or as long as you don't blow on them, they're very unlikely to bite. But have a look at these beautiful colors on her. Hang on. Ow, something is biting my armpit. Anyway, what a gorgeous snake. One of my favorite vipers of all time, despite being reasonably common. Although these large females are definitely not easy to find. Most of the time you just find smaller juveniles and males. This is definitely one of the larger ones we've seen. Also one of the darkest individuals. Typically this species will be with these black markings, but often they'll have like some scattered green patterning within the black, kind of like you can see on the side of the body there. I'm assuming because she's so big, all of that has now disappeared. As you can see, very, very placid species, and I believe she may have recently given birth, because if you look on the side of her here, her skin is very like loose and there's a lot of extra skin, so that leads me to think that perhaps she was carrying young and recently excreted those. And yeah, is now just sitting in ambush on a branch. These feed on birds, rodents, but a large part of their diet is tokay geckos, and the cool thing is that in Thai their name is Ngu Kiao Gin Toke, which actually means green snake that eats tokay geckos. So makes perfect sense, a large-bodied snake like this sitting on these large trunks, which is also a good home for tokay geckos. Hello there. Alright. Gotta be careful not to make any rapid movements now. Wait, I can see myself in the reflection of the camera, so I can see where she is. Where's her head at?
Her head's on your bag. She's not facing you.
Okay. That's good. I'm gonna...
She's nuzzling your bag.
Great. I'm gonna carefully remove her, and we're gonna put her back on her tree. Wow, what a gorgeous snake. So fascinating when you get to see these snakes and see just how placid they are in the wild. Beautiful. Put her right back up here. Continuing up the river, I just spotted a massive snake up there, which I'm fairly sure should be a giant Taius fusca. No way we're going to be able to get him down, so guess we'll just be happy that we saw it. Alright, Aviad just spotted another species for the night. This is a nice, rather large Boiga melanota. And what's interesting about this is that this one has very reduced yellow banding. As you can see, it's more like yellow spots along the side. Whereas usually in this locality, they do have very defined bands. And from the top, this one is almost like completely black. Only with some banding on the side there. And you can see on the flanks there, he has one very irregular band, so definitely he's also got an irregular band here on the tail. And he's squeezing me right now. Oh, not good. I can't pull my hand away because he's got me wrapped up. Very nice though. I'll let her cruise on off. Very chunky too. All the snakes we've been finding this trip have been very well fed. Must be the season. Look at her just crawling underground there. Alright, just got another huge snake, and it is another Taius fusca. This one's a lot further down though, so we're for sure going to be able to reach this one. Just gotta find my way over there. These rocks are very treacherous. Alright, I'm over here now, right under the snake. We've decided though that since we've seen these many times before, there's no need actually for us to disturb him, so we're just gonna leave him sit up there in his little resting spot. But yeah, very nice snake. Quite large too. Oh, he has awoken. All right, I'm gonna back off as to not make him jump. Such nice habitat here. It's like a really rocky stream. The rocks are sometimes kind of slippery though. Beautiful. Thick canopy tree cover, so this area would be very shaded during the day. Perfect sort of area for hunting. Alright, Aviad just found a snake. Oh, where'd he go?
Over there.
In there, you can see juvenile Boiga benculoensis. Do you want to just grab it out, someone?
No,
Just bring him back on top. Oh, and he is trying to bite you. Anyway, cute little juvenile benculoensis. Smallest one we've seen so far this trip. At least smallest one I've seen, I think. Very cute. Very reduced look at that. This one has almost no pattern on the body, which is very unusual for these. Very reduced pattern. Cool. All right. Oh, he's getting away. Check this out. I just got another Lycodon albifuscus, or dusky wolf snake. This is my personal third of the trip so far. I didn't manage to get all of them on camera, but these guys are quite the bitey little buggers, as you can see. Fortunately though, unlike most other wolf snakes, these guys do not have a lot of jaw power and long teeth, so their bites rarely even break skin, as you can see. He's chewing on me very repeatedly, even on the knuckle, but this will absolutely leave no mark whatsoever. Every time I see these guys, I get excited for a moment, thinking it might be the rare dragon snake, because they are very similar in appearance and do often occupy the same sort of habitat. Yeah, just gonna let this little guy go again and continue. I might carry him up there to show the guys first, and then let him go. But yeah, very bitey little buggers. Alright, just got my third Gonocephalus grandis for the night. Another male. Very beautiful little guy. Not gonna disturb him, seen plenty of these before. The river's getting really steep here. I don't know how well it's showing up on video, but quite treacherous. This, I almost just stepped on her. I thought she was a rock. Look at the colors of this turtle. Is this Hyosceme spinosa? I'm not certain. Do you want to catch her out, Shani?
Yeah.
Not sure what this is, but I feel like, I don't know, turtles are not my strong suit, but it was a very cool looking turtle. Let's see what the underside looks like. Wow! I don't think I've ever seen this species before. It's pretty big too, and it's got like little... Wait, show me the top. Look, it's got like little parasite thingies on it.
It's like a leaf or something.
Yeah. Wow. What a nice turtle. Alright, so little turtle has been quite cooperative for photos, and now we're just gonna let her wander back off into the water. She's on this little rock here, and as we learned a few times while photographing, she likes to run off the edge and jump in. didn't get the catch on camera because I had to grab it out the water right here quickly. But I just found a Malayan softshell. And show the back, he has a really nice pattern on top. Which is unlike the last one that I've seen. Yeah, it's okay, you can leave him if you don't want photos.
No, I don't.
Where on earth did he go?
Under the branch, I think.
Disappeared. It's okay, you can leave him.
You can catch my finger and then I'll
Yeah.
take it out.
And I can feel that we're getting close to something good here. Amazing habitat. Right, let's go. New species for the trip and a insanely big bright blue butterfly, which is hovering around. As you may recognize from previous episodes, this is Asthenodipsas malacanus, the Malacan slug snake, one of my personal favorites of the slug snakes, and definitely my favorite genus. If you know your slug snakes, I think anyone will agree that Asthenodipsas is superior to Piraeus. Look at those nice red eyes. Well, actually this one doesn't really have red eyes. Usually they do. Very nice large individual, dairy cow pattern. Shooting some in situs before we disturb it. Right, as you can see, the pesky butterfly is still around. Where'd he go? Anyway, we're gonna lift this little dude out. Very nice little snake. These guys never bite. Obviously they wouldn't need to, they feed on slugs and snails. Very nice iridescence. Alright, I'm gonna bag this guy up to show the others before he musks on me. I was just up ahead and all of a sudden the others weren't behind me anymore. And it turns out Avi got caught in a snare trap. And it is so cleverly disguised inside a hollow piece of bamboo to just look like a stick on the floor.
Yeah, they just tied it to this.
Yeah, and it's spring-loaded with this branch, which is under tension.
And then it just jumped
Yeah.
and took my leg.
Alright.
That's the loop, that's the noose.
Wow.
Alright. Let's get
throw
rid of
it
this
somewhere.
thing.
Let's get rid of it.
A few steps later, he's caught in a trap.
Wow.
There's a huge
Malayan,
boar caught in a trap.
Can we release it, you think?
We can try, but they're dangerous.
He will bite us?
Oh yeah.
Let's try.
I'm a bit concerned that when we get close to him, he somehow gets free and maybe
Attack us? You
Yeah.
think he will run away.
boar are dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
It's a spring-loaded one like yesterday.
Yeah, it's the one that I got stuck in.
Be careful that he doesn't turn around and destroy you.
I don't know if I want to take the chance.
Don't.
I won't take the chance.
All right, just got a, well actually didn't just get, we saw this already on the way in, but I forgot to film with it and now we're walking out the forest. And obviously, because it's sleeping, it's still there. But this is definitely the biggest one we've seen this trip so far. Look at the size of that head. Massive. All right, I'm tired. I'm gonna get back to bed. All right, just arrived at a new location for the day. Rupert is doing a bit of road cruising. Me and Andreas are walking the ditches. We've had good luck here in the past. This is where we got the red-headed krait that regurgitated a viper. Let's see if we can find another one of those or something else. All right, first snake of our ditch walking endeavor, and it is a new one for the trip. Also one I've only seen, I think, twice or 3 times before. Right in there is Trimeresurus sabahi, previously known as Trimeresurus fucatus, which I believe, honestly, it should still be called, because the classification of this one to sabahi makes absolutely no sense, because it does not resemble sabahi from Borneo whatsoever. Anyway, I'm gonna try get this guy down. All right, I'm gonna try and climb up there. It's a bit up, but not too far. I should be able to get it down fairly easily. It's a female, I believe. Not an overly large one, but not a juvenile either. Tell me if it moves, because I can't see it right now. Do we have a hook?
Nope.
Classic. Unprepared. without falling. All right, beautiful. Here she is, first of the trip. A nice female Trimeresurus sabahi, the Siamese Peninsula pit viper. And these occur in high elevations and low elevations in Thailand. But the high elevation ones are distinctly different from the low elevation ones and will likely eventually be split, or should be split, to a different species. This one is a lot calmer than they typically are. Usually these high elevation ones are quite bitey little buggers. This one though, right off the bat, seems to be very, I spoke too soon, very well behaved. Anyway, we're not gonna waste any time of herping, so I'm gonna put this one in a bag to show the others when they get here, and we'll continue walking. Right, no more snakes yet so far, but I did get this little gecko monarchus. I believe the common name would be monarch gecko. Not sure about that. Very large, like, they look like house gecko. Oh, and they bite. They look like house geckos, but as you can see, they get quite a bit larger. They have those little bumps on them as well. Ooh, they pooed on me. Anyway, gonna let this little dude go again.
Could I have a photo too?
Yep. All right, have a look at these beautiful little geckos. There's one here. This vibrant one is the juvenile. As juveniles, they are that distinct yellow and black banded. And if you look just over here, this is very likely mama. Yeah, very likely this is Big Mama. Little baby over there. How cute. Where's Dad? Right, so we were just walking on the trail, and this trail is actually on the ridge of a mountain. It goes down on that side and steep down on that side. And the trail actually runs directly adjacent to the Malaysian border. And I just spotted a male Trimeresurus sabahi sitting right in there. And I checked the map, and he's actually in Malaysia. So the border is between me and him right now, somewhere along here. So we're gonna do international travel to catch this guy. Let's, border crossing.
Look, he's curious. He's looking.
Oh, wait, what?
They're two of them, they're mating.
Where do you see two?
They're not two.
No, it's not two, but...
It's not a sabahi.
But, yeah, that's what I was about to say. From a distance, I thought sabahi is the only thing it could be. But this is actually Hagenai. Can you believe it? At this elevation, Hagenai. Absolutely incredible. All right, let's bring him back to Thailand. Come on, get out here, sir. This is a first for me, having to cross an international border to retrieve a snake. Oh. Would not want to get bit in Malaysia. All right, let's get our bums back to Thailand. All right, back on Thai soil. We have beautiful male Trimeresurus hagenii. Very, very nice. Not at all a snake I was expecting to find here. Very cool though. Relatively mellow, as hagenii typically are. You can tell it's hagenii and not sabahi by the way the green on the dorsal fades to that whitish blue on the sides, as well as these little white diamond spots and the stripe along the side of the head. What a nice snake. I think we're gonna bring this guy back to show the others before release. Look at this little guy. Really tricked me. Thought I was looking at a snake for a moment, but it is a Sicilian. Just minding his own business, crawling along this bank in search of food. Now that I'm shining my light on him, he's probably gonna reverse. Put it in reverse, Terry. Yep. Slowly retracting himself. Another Sicilian. Awesome. Check this out. We just found this little pool, and there are flying frogs. I can't remember the exact species name off the top of my head, so I will overlay that later. But they've got a lovely blue side and very red webbing between their toes. You can see there. There's absolutely loads of them here. Very, very neat. And there are actually so many of them. You can see there's another one sitting in the middle there. Another one just hopped there. Wow, these have insane colors. Check these guys out. Absolutely incredible. Well, let's leave them to it. I guess they're breeding in this pool. We've got snakes to find. Holy crap, I was just walking up this path and I saw this little blue, like red tail from a far ways away, and then I thought it was just a leaf. And it started moving and I was like, holy shit, blue coral. Get closer, can't believe my eyes. Have a look at this. Can you hold the torch for a second?
Yeah.
Tiny little juvenile red-headed krait. This is already grown quite a bit since hatchling, but this is definitely a very young individual, probably from this or last year.
Yeah,
late last year. And as juveniles, they have these like nice light stripes and also some stripe along the dorsum, which you can still see a little bit on the front of the body there. Holy crap, though! Look how short Dinky's little tail is. What an absolute cutie!
The chance of that really.
You see the black venter?
Definitely not a coral.
Look at him arching his neck up. All right, check this little beauty out. First juvenile of the species we've ever seen. Absolutely incredible. The big ones are rare, of course, but the juveniles are even way more rare. I don't think I know any herper other than Tom Charlton who's found a juvenile before. Wow.
Yeah, Bank got one at Taliban, but that's
did he?
like the only one I know of from Thailand.
Wow. I wonder if the juveniles are also non-bitey like the adults are. Gonna be a little more careful just because I haven't handled a juvenile like this before, but holy crap.
And it's worth
Speechless.
noting that like juveniles and adults don't always act the same.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm trying to be more cautious. Get a nice little close-up of this dude.
It's hard with holding
Look
both
at him
things.
flaring his neck, totally flattening out. Absolutely stunning. Awesome. We'll get a bit more with it later, perhaps. I know I've said that before and then didn't, but forgive me. But yeah, juvenile red-headed krait. Fantastic. All right, so Aiden just spotted the first adult male waggleri for the trip. Quite unusual, because normally you see these way more than adult females, but this trip we've actually seen more females than males, so very interesting. Let's see what he's like. I'm gonna pass the camera off to Beavertown. I'm gonna see what he's like. I bet once I touch him, he's gonna think it's food and he'll like cock his head around and possibly be relatively defensive, gaping his mouth. But he should relatively quickly realize that we are not, in fact, not food. Okay.
Way.
Okay.
Way.
He is defensive as the species gets. So I'm not gonna get bit, so. All right, give you guys one little look at this guy and put him back since he's clearly not in the mood for it. Here we go. Good little dude. Let's go. All right, I've just, I hope you can hear me over the rushing water, but I've just spotted a male Hagen's pit viper right in there, and Andreas is gonna try to catch it. His first snake catch of the trip. Go for it.
First I'm gonna fall.
I wonder what Rupert caught.
You told me that they caught something?
He said he caught something absolutely crazy.
Sumatranus.
I think so.
You think so?
I think blood typhon,
Or Sumatranus?
Naja sumatrana, or
Not just Sumatranus during the night?
yes, possible.
Yeah.
Anyway, I forgot I was recording, so you guys got in on a bit of gossip there. Rupert on the radio said that he's found something absolutely insane, and he's about 10 minutes away, so he's walking here right now, so...
So how do I do it?
Yeah, just lift it with the hook and...
Break the branch and bring it to here. Yeah. What?
Perfect. Bring it over. A nice little male pagan eye. Let's bring it to the other side so Aiden can see, and then I'll resume there. All right, we got the Hagen eye over to the other side, and look who is emerging up the river there. The God Boss. Man, I'm so excited. We've been taking guesses at what he's got, but...
Wait, what else is here?
It doesn't look heavy, so it's not a blood python.
I thought you said Aiden wasn't with you.
Be
Watch
careful,
out,
be
watch
careful,
out,
be
watch
careful, be
out,
careful.
snake.
Snake behind above you. Don't
Yeah,
put
you
your
always
hand
shine your
here.
light directly into my eyes so I couldn't see.
Just admit that you did not see the snake. I'm kidding.
I mean, I didn't see the
No,
snake.
kidding,
Yeah.
kidding.
All right, spill the
We are
beans.
very curious.
Spill the beans.
Do you want me to tell you what I've got, or should we find like an open area and
We
get
should
it
find
out?
an open area. Keep the surprise. We've been taking like guesses. 2 hours later, we're all here.
How did you get here?
All right,
trail thing there.
let's.
Okay, it's not a blood python, but it's smaller than that.
No, my guess is firm with blood python.
Maybe it's
That's
a
what I'm
blood
guessing.
python.
Or wait, no, it's not.
I'm him, bro. I am him.
I know what it
he
is.
/ him.
Oh!
Yay! Wow!
Holy crap, that's big.
It's a 1.7 or 8 meter
krait.
red-headed
Yeah.
crate, which is like almost as thick as my wrist at the mid-body.
I was when we were guessing, I was saying it's not going to be a red-headed crate because Rupert wouldn't freak out about one of those. But now I know why. Holy crap. All right, Rupert caught this massive red-headed crate. This is by far the biggest one I've ever seen. And not only that, it is also in absolute mint condition. I mean, there's not a single blemish or scar on this thing's entire body. Not a single tick, no missing tail. Very, very, very nice individual. Have a look at the size of this head. This thing is absolutely gigantic. By far the largest I've ever seen. And to see one this size in the wild here, in perfect condition. I mean, let me stand up and show you the length of this. I am about 6 foot. Have a look at this. It is probably easily as long as me. Maybe a tad shorter, I don't know. Probably not though. I would say probably about my length.
I'd say
So
almost exactly your height from
yeah,
here.
so like 1.8 meters or so. How incredible is that? And as always, very relaxed species. I've said it before, but I don't think this species evolved biting as a defense mechanism. So despite being highly venomous, these guys are generally quite relaxed. Have a look at the size of that head though. So you definitely still wouldn't want to get a bite because they are kraits, one of the most toxic genus of snakes in Asia. And one at this size, without a doubt, would pack a load of venom. And have a look at this. Let me come back down here. Just look at the sheer size of this red-headed krait. I mean, that is absolutely... They are twitchy, as all kraits are. This is unreal. Absolutely unbelievable. What an insane snake. Wow. Look how long the red segment of tail is. Up, up. I mean, even the tail is like 30 centimeters long or something, and bright red. Look at this beautiful, ooh, jumped on my lap. Bright red tail. What an incredible snake. Absolutely stunning. Have a look at this. How is that for a snake? Man, we've been finding so much. I'm having trouble now, like, determining what the highlight of the trip is. All right, well, we're gonna get this big girl bagged up and show the others because they are a bit downriver, and then we'll resume for the release. But what an impressive snake. Absolutely stunning. End the video. Oh, we just cruised a Candidus that was trying to eat this Sicilian. We've now interrupted it. But a nice, rather small Malayan Krait. Look, he's still got some of the light coloring on the head.
That one's clean. It's so clean as well.
Yeah,
Unusual for one down this way.
that is really nice.
Hold on. I'm gonna get my video
Yeah.
thing.
Look how we parked the car. We like swerved half into the ditch.
Do you mind if I do a bit of filming, Dave? Just let me know.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, back on the road after finding the juvenile red-headed Krait, and we got a somewhat similarly sized Malayan Krait, our first of the trip, making this our, what is this, 6th elapid species of the trip. Absolutely crazy. David had his video thing out and I left mine in the car, but it was actually chasing a Sicilian across the road. These have been recorded to eat Sicilians before, but whoa, really cool. This one has so much like clean white on the body. It is a juvenile, so that's, well, sub-adult, I guess. So that's not too much of a surprise, but still, I would expect ones here in the far south usually to have some black between the... Yeah, it's got the dots.
It's coming in a little bit. Probably by the time it's old, it will look a lot less like this, but yeah, a little 2 a.m. road cruise here. Malayan Krait. Thailand's most venomous snake. How interesting.
Tapsming ass.
Tapsming ass, indeed. Did it just try to...
No, it didn't. It tried to go under.
Yeah, it looked like it opened its mouth for a second when I was...
You, stop.
Right, on our way to the next and final location of the trip, we just slammed the brakes for this beautiful, relatively small Gonyosoma oxycephalum on the road.
Oh, you got bitten? Or something?
Yeah, you did get bitten. I love the beautiful blue tongues of these. Very, very nice species. If my camera would focus on it.
Just in the middle of the town.
What a beautiful little snake.
It's actually the size of the male I had at home, more or less.
Lovely, absolutely lovely. Gonna get this little girl back into her habitat and we are gonna hit the road again. Ooh, nice dragonfly. Look at that dragonfly.
Where should we let her go?
Just let her, I think best let her crawl up the steep bank there so that no one can mess with her. She will automatically try to climb that, I think, yeah.
Ow!
I think you can just put it... Yep, there she goes. Alright, let's hit the road. Alright, I missed all the action on camera, but Harry just climbed up the tree after we briefly lost a juvenile Thais carinata, keeled rat snake. We've caught these several times before, but this is the first juvenile, at least I've seen. Ooh, he's very nice.
Ready? Yeah.
Nice.
Nice present from the sky.
Be careful getting down, Harry. Oh, I'm going to take a walk.
Another species
Good
to
job,
the count.
Harry.
Beautiful.
Looks so much like mucosa, the size.
Yeah. When I saw it until I saw this tail, I was
Wow,
thinking.
look at that blue tongue.
Very proud of that spot.
Nice. Yeah, I left that there for you. I purposely didn't say anything. Wait, hold it still so I can get a nice shot of that.
Second snake for the
Wait,
trip
hold it
today.
still, Rupert.
Why has it got? It's got blood on it. What's the betting that's Harry's blood?
I mean,
Ten
it's
good,
fine. Like, you can see my hand.
Quand c'è falti siamo תפנס
Hold it still, hold the head still, Rupert.
פשוט אני הגעתי אליו ולא היה לי פנס. אבל לא טרחתי
Wow.
לחפש כמו אידיוט.
Any water. Anyone's water.
I love how like huge their eyes are at this size.
I had to get it. I fucked it up. So.
Harry's,
Harry was
Harry's still up in the tree like a goddamn ape.
That was tough. That's why I need to
Harry
get
in
better
his natural
body
habitat.
This might go in the way.
Doesn't matter.
Knock him out.
Wow, what a gracile throw.
Alright, so we've just taken a couple photos, and what's really neat about this species when they're small like this is they actually don't bite. Whereas if you've seen larger individuals in my other videos, you'll know that they're one of the most defensive of all the rat snakes, and a large one. These are actually the longest colubrid in the world, I believe. When you grab them by the tail, they will like turn around and try to like jump at your face, which this guy fortunately isn't doing. He's very, very calm. He's got those extremely large eyes, and yeah, very nice blue tongue, which also the adults don't have as bright. The adults do have a bluish tongue, but it's not as bright as this. Anyway, very nice little find. Second rat snake species of the trip. And yeah, I'm gonna let him go right back on the tree here. Alright, we're on our way back to the car now, and this will likely mark the final snake of the tour. A small, juvenile male by the looks of things. Hagen's pit viper. Not a very big one, but he is relatively nice. You can see that normally they have like white spots. This one has like yellowish creamy spots and very small spots, quite reduced. Not gonna bother him, just gonna leave him there. He's perfectly in ambush. You can see he's about 10 centimeters off the ground, and directly under him there's this wooden log, which is what he's waiting for, a gecko or frog or something to crawl along, and then he can just pick it off directly from his grip. Awesome. We just found this little Draco, and Shani has actually figured something out which I never knew, that you can make them expand their wings without using your fingers to pull them apart. Look at this, sometimes he'll like completely open up his wings in a defensive way as he tries to bite Shani.
Brought everything.
You shoot it?
Yes.
Okay,
No,
he's not doing it anymore.
But it did work. You all seen it.
Yeah, I did see it.
I think.
Was really impressive.
Take care.
Alright, here's one of the only frogs that will be shown on this trip, but it is a very cool one. This is Theloderma heridium, the horrid mossy frog? Correct. Harry just gave me the nod of approval. Anyway, look at this little dude. He's so strange looking. And the Thai equivalent of the Vietnamese mossy frog. Look at that really warty looking little face of theirs. And that tiny round pupil. Even the hands are like warty looking. Really bizarre little frog. Pretty rare as well. Alright guys, before we end the video, I wanted to take a quick moment to remind you guys that I have merch available. My personal favorite is this new one that I've never shown on the channel before. If you come in close, you can see it is all the scientific genus names of every elapid snake in the world forming a skull when you go further out. I really like this one a lot. Sky is wearing one of the OG designs, probably the first shirt I ever launched, I believe. Still, one of my absolute all-time favorites. And we also got several new ones which you've never seen before, as well as some of the old ones which we've kind of revamped in different colors. As you can see, this one is now available on white, as is that one. We've also got this brand new Elapidae shirt featuring a red spitting cobra, a nice Viperidae shirt featuring a Hagen's pit viper, as well as some of the more old classics, such as this Atheris, which is also one of my all-time favorites, and then another new one, which is a funny sort of prank t-shirt. As you can see, it has a life-size spider. It even has a little shadow on it in a really random place, and then when you turn it over, on the front it says, "Yes, I know about the spider on my back." I feel like that could be a funny one to wear out in public. But yeah, lots more. Don't have enough time to show all of them here, but have a look. You can find them in my channel down below the videos or on my channel page in the shop section. You can also find them on Amazon by just searching David's Feed t-shirts.
What are you doing?